know that a flashing red light means stop sign, right? I guess not. And here we'll wait for this train. Oh, plus I see that it's a double track. There could be a train coming from another direction on the on the second track. Definitely don't want to mess with that. So this is where I just had my first motorcycle accident. I was coming down this street, headed this way, the way this car is going, and I didn't have a stop sign, as you can hopefully see, and cross traffic did. Visibility wasn't very good because traffic was backed up here. Traffic that was headed northbound was backed up as a car crossed this way in front of me, and I had to lock up the brakes. Well, I didn't have to lock up the brakes, but I did, trying to stop in time, and it caused me to stop in time, but on the ground. So I feel okay, but it's a sad story. Okay, so I'm reviewing my damage here. The chrome bag's beat up a little bit. That's not really a very big deal. It's kind of like street cred or something. So here's the bike. As you can see, the light messed up. One of the mirrors busted off. Plastics damage along the side where I skidded. Up and down the bike a few times. And then because there was some trouble with the kickstand when we were trying to pick the bike back up, it got this side too, the plastic and the whatever that is, crankcase thingy. So that's what's going on. It also leaked all the coolant out, and there's no visible, like I can't see where it's busted up, but something inside like came loose or burst open or something, because all the coolant fell out in the street. And something's wrong with the electrical as well, because when you try to start the bike, normally the gauge cluster will turn on, but as you can see, nothing's happening. The headlight does turn on, and we can hear something cycling inside. But the gauge cluster doesn't respond, which means that some sensors and other things are busted out, like the oil light doesn't come on, even though there's clearly no oil pressure. The neutral light doesn't come on. So there's some electrical damage as well. So I just want to make sure all of that is nice and documented. Amazingly, the police officer on the scene informed me that it was likely the insurance companies would find me at fault for this, because even though the guy who pulled in front of me had a stop sign and I did not, because I entered the intersection when he was already in the intersection, technically I failed to yield, which sounds like a whole bunch of horse shit to me, but you know, I guess we'll see what happens. It sounds pretty obvious whose fault it is. I mean, when you go through an intersection with no stop sign and someone goes through their stop sign in front of you, you would think that would make it their fault, but it's up to the insurance companies to decide, I guess. So I'm just getting more documentation here. This is where